Morons! It's Victor, King of Morons. Welcome to another long-ass video.
Hello there, morons. It's Victor, King of the Morons, on a Tuesday night. It's 12:47 a.m. Doing a not a laundry vlog so much, but something I didn't plan to do. But when I just saw the footage of what well, you'll see in a minute. But I took some footage today. I made some videos today, and something happened today, and I wasn't going to talk about this on camera. It wasn't for some reason that interesting, but now that I see the footage, I think it's something I should mention, though I'm not really sure what the point of the video is. So what you can see is by the headline, this is a kind of drama video, but it's not a YouTuber drama or I got a beef with somebody drama. It's more of a I guess a warning. Well, hell, fuck it. It's just a story, man. It's just a story. So today, I went out. I met a few of my students, Tomoko, Kibi, Egg, and we went. We got together to have some sandwiches to make a silly video for you guys. They're enjoying YouTube, which is great. I'm really happy that they're enjoying YouTube. And we met at like Nagoya Station and came 3 stops on the subway to Sakai. 2 stops, yeah. Anyway, to where my school is, right? So we went to where the school was, and while we were on the subway, Tomoko said, "Oh, did you check out my yoga video?" Because she did this yoga video, and she wanted to know what I thought about it and if she should put it up, right? So we're standing there. I'm sitting there right here as I'm looking at you, and she's on my right. And we're standing right in front of the silver seats, which in Japan indicates the seats for old people or disabled people or pregnant people. We were having fun, just chatting with them, talking amongst ourselves and chatting with them, and showing them the video of the funny video of Yoko, not Yoko, Yoko, my wife, Tomoko, my YouTube wife. Tomoko doing, how you doing? Tomoko did that video with my kid the other day. Tomoko doing yoga, so it was pretty funny. And unbeknownst to me, I was apparently pissing off someone standing behind me because I was getting along tremendously, famously, as they say, getting along famously with the old couple in front of us. By the way, when I get troll comments about how old I am, an old guy, dude, you guys do not know what old is until you stand in front of the old seats in Japan. Then you see real old people. So anyway, yeah. So as I got off the subway, I'm sitting there with 3 of my students on the subway, we're getting off, and this not young, skinny. He's not young. He must have been 40 or something at least. He's like bumping me as I get off, and it's obvious like he's bumping me, like, hey, you know. So I'm like, I'm in a great mood. I'm in a really wonderful, happy mood. I'm just in a good mood. I met these old people. We're having fun, and I say, I said, like, this guy's like really bumping me. I was like, it's almost like he's trying to pick a fight. And I said in Japanese, like, kenka o uru, kenka utteru. Kenka is fight. Utteru means selling. Kenka utteru no. So kenka utteru no means are you trying to pick a fight? So I said this in a funny way because this guy was like skinny and he's kind of tall, I guess. I don't know, maybe a little bit shorter than me, but I'm almost 6 feet, so I guess kind of tall for a Japanese guy. He looked clean cut. He looked normal. He's kind of wiry. And he turned around and looked at me and I was like, whoa, this guy is like got an attitude, So I'm like, what, and of course, 2020 is what is it? Hindsight is 2020. And I was now looking back, of course I should have ignored him. I was with 3 ladies, and this guy is, you know, giving me all this shit. But I was like, what's your problem? Dude, what's your problem? And he got right in my face like this, like just like this. And I was like, if you touch me, that's going to be, you know, that's illegal. I said something, I don't remember what I said, something like, 違反になるよ。暴力振ると違反になるよ. If you raise your hands or become violent towards me, it will become illegal. Something like that. And he got really close and he wouldn't. So I took out my phone. I was like, I'm gonna take a picture. And at first he got mad, and then he was like, no, go ahead, take my picture. And he's like giving me the middle finger. And I was in such a good mood that I think it actually made me really excited in a negative way, like, you know, because I was controlling myself, because you guys have seen me. I've been in videos where I've actually laid my hands on people, and I shouldn't do that. So I'm with Tomoko and Gimmeabreakman. I don't want to do anything. So I decided I'm really controlling myself, but I'm actually shaking because I'm angry that this guy's right in my face, and he's telling me I'm, you know, gaijin kirai, I hate foreigners, and something about, I don't remember the exact language, but of course I could understand, but I can't remember the exact words. But he said something like, go, you know, get out of Japan, go back to your country. And I'm like, sannen desu ne. I said, that's too bad, man. それは無理ですね. That's not gonna happen, man. I said, I'm, you know, married, 結婚してる, 子供もいる, I have a kid, 家も買ってる, I have a house, and I have 会社も持ってる, I have my own business. And he's like right in my face, like, I said, I probably pay more tax than you do. I said, Kimi yorimo. And I've been here 24 years, right? So that's the thing, like, when you get shit like that, you know, it's you know what I want to say? It's so American. You know, get the fuck out of my country kind of shit. And I haven't seen it I think this is the first time I've ever seen someone be so blunt about it for no reason at all. It was just some kind of weird raging anger. And he kind of, you know, I stood my ground, and I was smart. You know, I got over the raging shaking for a second, and I calmed down, and I was like, I kept my smile, and I suddenly kind of relaxed, and I was like, dude, what's your problem? Like, really? So he's kind of walking away, and I let him walk past me, and then I walked. I don't remember the exact, you know, back and forth, but I walked beside him, you know, and I told all the girls, you know, the ladies with me, I said, you guys just get away from us. I think I handed off my GoPro to them, which is a mistake. I should have had someone film this. But I went up to him and I said, what's your problem? Like, what made you angry? Because you were bumping me. And I'm like, well, first of all, I really don't think I was bumping him. I was just sitting really close to these old people in front of me. And I said, well, you should have said something. He goes, it's not my business to say anything. You should have known. I'm like, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't bumping him. I mean, looking back on it, you know, I wasn't impaired in any way. It's just standing there, talking to Tomoko, looking at an iPhone, talking to old people. And it's a crowded subway, you know, there's very little space. So, but I said, you should have said something. You know, you should have said, excuse me, you're bumping me, because I don't have. It's not my job to talk to you or say anything to you. You should have, like, known you were bumping me or something. But I wasn't. I think he was like, you know how, like, go ahead, bump me. Kind of, it was weird. But looking back on it, the short of it is, he was just crazy. And as you can see, I'm gonna add a video to the end of this. He was just nuts. You know, I'll show you the video. He didn't seem to care I was filming him. But Tomoko was upset. So Tomoko, if you're watching this, I am sorry that you saw that. I put you in an uncomfortable position like that. And Kibi and Egg, I don't know if Kibi cared, because she's like tough as hell, and there's a lot of information about Kibi that we have yet to tell you guys about it. She said she'll let you know someday, but Kibi didn't give a shit. She sees that shit all the time, so that's a hint. I think Egg was okay. She just kind of walked away, but you'll see those videos coming soon. By the way, our boring eating videos. But looking back on it, you know. Here's the thing, and I guess I owe a couple people an apology. I am one of those people that often comes on YouTube and says, you know, Japan's a great place, and yeah, well, there's a little racism here, but it's nothing like the States. Because in the States, man, I got called a spick, a dirty Cuban, a dirty Puerto Rican, a dirty Mexican, and I'm not even any of those things. And nobody ever thinks I'm a Peruvian American. Because I guess it's not most Peruvian Americans never get out of the country, so. But I've been called, you know, a lot of ethnic slurs in my day. I don't think much of it, you know. It doesn't bother me much because I've had a lot of white friends that I never even considered the fact that I am actually, I guess, in some people's eyes, a fellow or cousin of the beaner, whatever the hell that is, you know. No, I mean I've been raised white, so to speak. So all those racial slurs never bothered me much because they were rare and they're in high school, you know, mostly. And high school kids are idiots, you know. High school kids are dumb shits, and if you're a high school kid, you know it. Back me up. There's a lot of dumb shits when you're in high school. They, you know, hopefully grow out of it, but there's a lot of you're basically thinking with your testicles. That's what happens. But I've always kind of defended Japan, saying this doesn't happen here. But the thing is, it does happen. And someone on Facebook the other day said, I was walking down the street or maybe it was in my comment section, I don't remember. But someone said, I was walking down the street and 2 taxi drivers yelled out of their window, "Go back to your country!" And I don't remember who was who said this, but I wrote in the comments, and I wrote a comment back to him. I said, I really doubt that. I really cannot believe you. It just seems insane to me. But after today's experience, you know, I guess it's not that insane. I guess those people exist everywhere, and I've just been lucky enough not to meet them. I've been lucky enough not to meet them, and I've been lucky enough to you know, not let things escalate to any kind of violent extreme. So I've been lucky. You know, this easily could have turned into something. And I was much bigger than this guy. I mean, I was probably like 30 kilograms bigger than he was. So it wouldn't have been a fair fight. And unless he stabbed me repeatedly in the gut, in which I would have died immediately. Oh, it would have bled out on the platform. A martyr for the Gaijin community. But luckily nothing happened here. So, but I don't know. I mean, Japan is a great country, and we have very little violence here and very little open racism here. Of course, racism exists everywhere in the world, and people want you to marry within your, you know, if you're a Jew, you want your kids to marry Jews, and if you're blacks, you want your kids to look like you, and you want to marry blacks, and the same thing with Hispanics. You know, honestly, I don't know. I mean, my parents, did they want me to? Are they disappointed that I married a Japanese woman and I've got a half? I don't think so. Maybe for a second when they first heard this was going to happen, maybe they did feel a little disappointed, because you know your kids are not going to look exactly like you. And I gotta admit, it is a weird thing for me to hold my son, who is such a beautiful boy. I gotta tell you, man. He's so cool. He's so cool. I'm gonna start crying. He's so cool. But I look at him, and he looks Japanese. But in a way, I feel more connected to this country than ever. Because you know, he's Japanese. You know, I guess. I don't know. I guess he's gonna choose later, but I was, of course, I talked to him like he could fucking understand me, but he can't. He can't understand me. I could. But I'm talking to him today, and he's going through some horrible medical condition right now called constipation. I talked to him today, and I'm like, this is gonna happen to him too. You know, some kids are gonna pick on him, and they're gonna say shit like, "Go back to your country." And it doesn't hurt me. Like, I was okay with it, you know. I mean, I did shake. I did get angry, but my shaking was more because I was controlling myself from you know, grabbing this, because this guy was right in my face. I was like, I didn't touch him, so I was like, I really want to just push him back because he was like right there. Right there. Anyway. But that's going to happen to my son. People are going to yell at him and tell him to go back to his country. And I don't know, how's he going to feel? Is he going to be able to say, this is my country? This is my country? Japan is my country? And I don't even know. I guess Japan's my country too. It's weird because I've always felt American. I've always felt, excuse me while I prepare something here. I've always felt American. But and I do feel American. But I've been living in Japan 24 years. That's longer than I lived anywhere in my life. I've still got the American mentality. But I guess this is my country, and it's definitely my son's. It's going to be my son's country. At least well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I have no plans to go back to America, so I don't know why. I mean, for me, it doesn't matter. I'm American no matter where I live. So it's a conundrum. I'm confused a little bit. But luckily, what happened today is a very rare thing. It's never happened to me before. There was one time in a bar when a woman told me to go back to my country, and my wife told me once to go back to my country, which you guys might think is really mean, but we laugh at it. She was, it's a lover's thing. We were having a lover's squabble or a spat, and she said, "Well, if you don't like it, go back to your country." And looking back on it now, we both think it's hilarious. Because of course she didn't mean it. Right? But people say shit like that, so I don't know. Anyway, the end of the video, this is a clip of the crazy guy yelling at me. I don't know what to say about him, just to show you it really happened. What's the real point to that? I turned on the camera and he's like, "Go ahead, film me." We even posed together, so maybe I'll throw that at the end. But he was weird. And of course, I was childish. I'll admit to you, I was childish. I said, "Why you keep touching me?" Because he kept like bumping, She said, "You were touching me first." Because I patted him on the back. He goes, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from America." He said, "We're allies. We're allies, man." And I patted him on the back like this. I said, we're allies. We're friends. Tomodachi da yo. Watashi no kuni wa. And he's like, "Don't touch me." He goes, "You were touching me first on the subway." He goes, "Hey," and then I said, "Go in, ne. Boku no type janai kara ne." I said, "You're not my type, if you're that way," which is a really, homophobic insult to make, but it works. So I feel guilty. That's a low blow, Maybe he's gay, who knows? But I'm not homophobic, and I completely support gay rights, but I gotta tell you, when you pull out the old, "What are you, gay dude?" kind of thing on a guy who's really homophobic, it really hits them in the gut, and they get all crazy about that. They really don't like that. And so I think Chris Rock or somebody made a comment about this, but if you get in an accident with like a one-legged guy, like a car accident or something, he's like, of course you're gonna call out, "You stupid one-legged motherfucker," You're gonna call out the one thing that will hurt him. Just like if you get in a car accident with a black guy and you call him the N-word, you don't necessarily mean it. But it's going to really piss him off. And it's kind of the first thing when you're angry comes up. So I think we're allowed a few indiscretions or lapses in judgment. Is that the expression? Yes. But it did work. I said, I didn't though. I didn't imply that he was Korean or Chinese, because that's the other thing that really pisses off Japanese people. Well, the thing was, he said, what was interesting? He said, "I am jinshu sabetsu. I am racist." He said that to me. He goes, "I'm racist. Jinshu sabetsu da?" Yeah, he said it proudly. He said, I am racist. No problem. Go back to your country." If you don't speak Japanese, this is one of those things where you're actually never going to hear this kind of story. But anyway, that's my story. Thanks for watching. Here's the end of the video. Laundry vlog. Peace out. Love you guys. I was full of love today, but this happened. Like today, I was so happy, and then this happened. But it didn't ruin my. Didn't I? You know, I gave into the darkness for a few minutes, literally just a few minutes, and then I was able to pop out of it. So I'm kind of proud of myself. I think I'm growing. That's all. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon. 今友達と遊んでるよ。I love you. I love you. Japan number one. Japan number one. That's right. That guy bumped slightly in the subway, and he just like kept bumping back. When we left, he's like picking a fight. So I'm like, what the fuck's this guy's problem? So I actually had a long conversation with him. I said, if you touch me, it's gonna be violence. Wow. Then he declared that he was a racist and that he hated me, and I should go back to my country. And how long did I live here? I said, dude, I lived here 24 years. He goes, you should go back. I said, can't. I'm married, have a baby, have a house, have a business, probably pay more taxes than you do. But then he asked me where I was from. I said, America. Then he said, something about black. Black, I don't know what that meant. Whatever. He wouldn't touch me though. Nobody touches the king of the morons. It was funny.
Give me a break, man, give him a break, because he sure deserves one. And when he's back from his break, you'll see his parts made